All right, let's start working our marshals out. That's going to be our Pro 4. You guys are marshaling this one. Hey, Jada, I might ask you to call this one.
One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. Anthony Beckbar. Chuck Miller. 30 seconds to the start of the race. Tom Series. Jared Miranda. 15 seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5. Scott Owen. James Collett.
Okay. Alrighty. We have all our marshals and all our racers. We'll wait for people who are stuck to be flipped back over. Okay. We'll begin in... What? We'll begin in 3, 2... Marshal at the double, marshal at the tabletop. Alrighty, 1 minute in, 4 minutes remaining. Everyone's got a couple laps. We have Jared. Oh, help. We have Jared with a 25.10, Chuck with a 19.515, Scott with a 19.516, James with an 18.502, Dad with a 15.512, and Tom with a 13.522. Fast lap is currently held by Jared with a 14.898. Marshal on track. Jared just set a new fast lap of the race of a 14.285. 2 minutes in, 3 minutes remaining. We have Jared with a 25-11. James with a 19.514, Chuck with an 18.514, Scott with an 18.517, Dad with 16.511, and Tom with a 12.508. Fast lap is still held by Jared with his 14.285. Marshall on track, Marshall on track. Two minutes left in the race. We have Jared with a 19.505, James with a 19.511, Chuck with an 18.503, Scott with an 18.508, Dad with a 16.506, and Tom with a 14.522. Fast lap is still held by Jared with his 14.285. One minute remaining. We have Jared with a 19.504, James with a 19.513, Chuck with an 18.501, Scott with an 18.508, Dad with a 16.502, and Tom with a 14.509. Fast lap is still held by Jared with his 14.285.
45 seconds left. Thirty seconds left. Fifteen seconds left.
And that's the race. Keep going till you hear your name.
Anthony Beckbar done. Scott Owen done. Chuck Miller done. James Collett done. Jared Miranda done. All drivers are finished.
Alrighty, we'll get the track
The race is
blown off.
completed.
Next up is Stadium Truck. We'll need Stock Buggy to Marshall. Stock Buggy to Marshall.
One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. Scott Owen, Tyler Tweedy, Ryan Busen. 30 seconds to the start of the race. Fifteen seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5.
Alrighty, we have our marshals, we have our racers. We will begin. Oh, someone fell over, hang on. We will begin in 3, 2. Alrighty, 1 minute in, 4 minutes remaining. We have Ryan with a 20.510, Scott with an 18.503, and Tyler with an 8.526. Fast lap is Ryan with a 15.183. Alrighty, 2 minutes in, 3 minutes left to go, and only 2 racers left. We have Scott with an 18.506, Tyler with a 13.513. Fast lap is technically held by Ryan with his 15.183. Two minutes remaining. We have Scott with an 18.508 and Tyler with a 13.518. Fast lap is still held by Ryan with his 15.183. One minute remaining. We have Scott with an 18.505 and Tyler with a 14.517. Fast lap is still held by Ryan with his 15.183.
45 seconds left. Thirty seconds left. Fifteen seconds left.
And that's the race. Keep going till you hear your name.
Tyler Tweedy done. All drivers are finished. Scott already
Alrighty,
done.
good job everyone.
The
We'll get
race
the
is
track
completed.
blown off, and then we'll need stadium truck to Marshall plus a couple volunteers. Stadium truck to Marshall plus a couple volunteers. Next up is our first heat of stock wheeler.
Mike Ruth. Tom Series Jr. Joe Schuler. 1 minute to the start of the race. James Collett. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. Tom Series. "15 seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5. Anthony Beckbar.
We need another Marshall volunteer. Thank you. Okay, we've got marshals and we've got racers. We will begin in 3. Oh, did someone fall? I'll wait till they get up. Okay, we will begin in 3, 2. Marshall on track, Marshall on track. Hop, hop. Marshall's on track. Woo! Marshall's on track. Yep. 1 minute in, 4 minutes remaining. We've got James with a 25:13, Mike with an 18:503, Tom Jr. with an 18:504, Joe with a 17:5, Tom with a 15:5, and Dad with a 15:512. So far, the fast lap is held by Mike with a 14.501 that he got just now on his 4th lap. Marshall on track, Marshall on track. Marshall on track, Marshall on track. Halfway there, 2 minutes and 30 seconds in, 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. We have Mike with a 25:13, James with a 19:501, Joe with a 19:506, Tom Jr. with a 19:511, Tom with a 16:512, and Dad with a 14:506. Fast lap is still held by Mike with a 14.240. Mike just set a new fast lap of the race of a 14.212. Marshall on track, Marshall on track. 1 minute remaining. We've got Mike with a 20:507, Joe with a 19:501, James with a 19:503, Tom Jr. with a 19:513, Tom with a 15:508, and Dad with a 15:515. Fast lap is still held by Mike with his 14.212.
"45 seconds left.
Marshall on the track, Marshall on the track.
"30 seconds left. "15 seconds left.
Mike just set a new fast lap of the race of a 13.989. That's the race. Keep going to your name.
Mike Root done. Anthony Beckbar done. Tom Series Jr. done. James Collett done. Joe Schuler done. All drivers are finished.
Alrighty, that's
Tom
the race.
Series
So get
done.
the track blown off.
The race is
this
completed.
heat of stock wheeler is up to Marshall, and we'll have our second heat of stock wheeler up next. Second heat of stock wheeler up next.
1 minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. Ryan Fuson, Chuck Miller, Jared Miranda, Jeff Lawrence. 30 seconds to the start of the race. Tyler Tweedy. 15 seconds to the start of the race.
Alrighty, we have our marshals and we have our racers. We will begin in 3,
Less than 5.
2. Marshal on track, marshal on track. Marshal on track, marshal on track. 1 minute in, 4 minutes remaining. We have Jared with a 21.512, Tyler with a 19.504, Marshal on track, marshal on track. Ryan with an 18.511, Chuck with an 18.511 also, and Jeff with a 16.502. Fast lap is currently held by Jared with a 14.727. Two minutes in, 3 minutes remaining. We have Jared with a 21.514, Chuck with an 18.505, Tyler with an 18.512, Jeff with a 17.515, Ryan with a 17.515 also. Fast lap is still held by Jared with his 14.727. With just 2 minutes left in the race, we have Chuck with a 19.515, Ryan with an 18.514, Jeff with a 17.503, and Tyler with a 17.507. Jared appears to have broken, but he still holds the fast lap of a 14.727. 1 minute remaining. We have Chuck with an 18.5, Jeff with an 18.5.12, Ryan with an 18.5.14, and Tyler with a 17.5.10. Ryan now holds the fast lap of the race of a 14.638. Marshall on track, Marshall on track.
45 seconds left. Thirty seconds left. Fifteen seconds left.
Marshall on track, Marshall on track. And that's the race. Keep going to your name.
Chuck Miller done. Ryan Fuson done. Tyler Tweedy done. All drivers are finished.
Alrighty,
Lawrence
good
done.
job everyone. We'll get the
The
track
race is
blown
completed.
off. This heat of stock wheeler is up to Marshall. Next up is Mini Truggy. Next up is Mini Truggy.
One minute to the start of the race. Mike Ruth. 45 seconds to the start of the race. Brian Thomas. "30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race. Baby Ruth. Less than Richard Metz. Joe Schuler.
Alrighty, we've got our marshals, we have our racers. Oop, we fell over. We will begin in 3, 2. 1 minute in, 4 minutes remaining. We have Mike with a 21.505, Brian with a 19.513, Taylor with an 18.5, Joe with an 18.501, Richard with 17.514. Fast lap is currently held by Mike with a 14.306. Marshall on track, Marshall on track. Minutes remaining. We got Mike with a 21.511, Taylor with an 19.510, Brian with an 18.503, Joe with an 18.507, and Richard with a 17.501. Fast lap is still held by Mike with his 14.306. Minutes remaining. We have Mike with a 25.10, Taylor with an 19.503, Brian with an 18.501, Joe with an 18.513, and Richard with an 18.516. Fast lap is held by Mike with a 14.199, which he got 1 lap ago. Oh no, Mike has broken a wheel. And he's back on the race. One minute remaining. We have Mike with an 18.514, Brian with an 18.505, Richard with an 18.513, Joe with an 18.515, and Taylor with a 16.509. Fast lap is still held by Mike with his 14.199.
45 seconds left. Thirty seconds left. Fifteen seconds left.
That's race. Keep going to your name.
Brian Thomas done. Mike Ruth done. Richard Metz done.
All right, good job, everyone. We'll get the track blown off. We'll have Mini Chuggy to Marshall. Next up is Pro 4. Next up is Pro 4.
1 minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race." Brian Thomas, Hawkeye. Brandon Winchester, Trip Moeller, The Godfather. 30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race." Less than 5.
We need 2 marshals. 2 marshals. Marshals. We need 2 marshals. Marshals. We need marshals. Okay. We have all our racers and all our marshals, so we will begin in 3, 2. One minute in, 4 minutes left. We have Brian with a 19.512, Brandon with an 18.501, Tim with a 17.517, Hawkeye with a 16.516, and Trip with a 13.5. Fast lap is currently held by Brandon with a 16.252. Two minutes in, 3 minutes left. We have Brandon with an 18.501, Brian with an 18.504, Hawkeye with 17.513, Tim with a 16.502, Trip with an 11.516. Fast lap is currently held by Brian with a 15.755 that he got just now on his 7th lap. 2 minutes left. We have Brian with a 19.515, Brandon with an 18.503, Hawkeye with 17.511, Tim with 17.515, and Shrip with an 11.506. Fast lap is held by Brian with a 15.742. One minute remaining. We have Brian with a 19.515, Brandon with an 18.504, Hawkeye with 17.516, Tim with 17.518, and Trip with a 12.521. Fast lap is currently held by Brian, still with his 15.742.
45 seconds left. Thirty seconds left. Fifteen seconds left.
Alrighty, that's the race. Keep going to your name.
Hawkeye done. Brandon Winchester done. The Godfather done. All drivers are finished. Ryan Thomas done.
Alrighty, get the track blown off. We have a second heat of
The
Pro
race is
4, so
completed.
the first heat of Pro 4 is up to Marshall. First heat of Pro 4 is up to Marshall. Just Chad crossed through.
1 minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. Mountain Man.
Alright, everyone else can cross through now.
Steve Thomas. Brad Thomas. 15 seconds to the start of the race. Jeff Lawrence.
Marshall. We need marshals.
Less than 5.
Marshals. We need one more marshal. One more marshal. Okay, now we have everyone, all our marshals, all our racers. So we will begin in 3, 2. 1 minute in, 4 minutes remaining. We have Chad with a 19.515, Jeff with an 18.508, Brad with a 15.509, and Steve with a 15.517, sorry. Fast lap is currently held by Chad with a 16.319. Two minutes in, 3 minutes remaining. We have Chad with a 19.503, Jeff with a 19.506, Brad with 17.518, and Steve with a 16.515. Fast lap is now held by Jeff with a 15.762, which he got 1 lap ago. Two minutes remaining. We have Jeff with an 18.503, Chad with an 18.506, Brad with a 16.502, and Steve with a 16.510. Fast lap is still held by Jeff with his 15.762. One minute remaining. We have Chad with an 18.502, Jeff with an 18.505, Brad with a 16.503, and Steve with a 16.508. Fast lap is still held by Jeff with his 15.762.
seconds left. Seconds left. Seconds left.
And that's the race. Keep going to your name.
Mountain Man done. Jeff Lawrence done. Brad Thomas done. All drivers are finished.
Alrighty,
done.
that was the race.
The race is
That was the
completed.
last one. We'll get the track blown off and wet down, and then we can do the process all over again. 5 minutes. We'll get started in 5 minutes. Pro 4, you will marshal. Let me get that pulled up. That will be Chad, Jeff, Brad, Brian, and
1 minute
volunteer.
to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5. Anthony Beckbar, Tom Series, Chuck Miller, Scott Owen.
We are still one marshal short. One marshal short.
Jared Miranda, James Collett,
Alrighty. We have our marshals and we have our racers. So we will begin in 3, 2. Marshal on track, marshal on track. 1 minute in, 4 minutes remaining. We have Chuck with an 18.511, Scott with a 17.502, Jared with a 17.504, James with a 17.505, Dad with 17.513, and Tom with a 13.506. Fast lap is Jared with a 14.699. Minutes in, 3 minutes remaining. We have Jared with a 19.510, Scott with a 19.515, Chuck with an 18.503, James with an 18.514, Dad with a 16.502, and Tom with a 15.506. Fast lap is still held by Jared with his 14.699. Minutes in, 2 minutes remaining. We have Jared with a 19.502, Scott with an 18.504, Chuck with an 18.505, James with an 18.506, Dad with a 16.5, and Tom with a 15.502. Fast lap is held by Jared with a 14.385. I'm up. Never mind. 1 minute remaining. We have Jared with a 25.12, James with an 18.503, Scott with an 18.503, Chuck with an 18.506, Dad with a 16.505, and Tom with a 16.519. Fast lap is held by Jared with a
45 seconds left.
14.385.
Thirty seconds left. Fifteen seconds left.
And that's the race. Keep going to your name.
Scott Owen done. Anthony Beckar done. James Collett done. Jared Miranda done. Tom Series done. All drivers are finished. Chuck Miller done. The race is complete.
Alright, good job everyone. We'll get the track blown off. And then we'll have Stock Buggy to Marshall. Next up is Stadium Truck with Stock Buggy to Marshall.
1 minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. Ryan Fuson. "30 seconds to the start of the race. Tyler Tweedy. Scott Owen. 15 seconds.
Alrighty, we got our marshals and we have our racers. So we will begin the race in 3,
Less than 5.
2, 1. Marshal on track, marshal on track. Alrighty, 1 minute in, 4 minutes remaining. We have Ryan with a 25.8, Scott with a 19.508, and Tyler with an 18.503. Fast lap is held by Tyler with a 14.487. Two minutes in, 3 minutes remaining. We have Ryan with a 25.13, Tyler with a 19.504, and Scott with a 19.504. Fast lap is still held by Tyler with his 14.487. Three minutes in, 2 minutes remaining. We have Tyler with a 20. One minute remaining. We have Tyler with a 25.13, Scott with a 19.5, Ryan with a 18.503. Fast lap is still held by Tyler with his 14.487.
45 seconds left. 30 seconds left.
Up.
15 seconds left.
And that's the race. Keep going to your name.
Scott Owen done. Tyler Tweedy done. All drivers are finished.
Alrighty, that's the race. So get the
race is
Tyler
completed.
set a new fast lap at the last minute. He set a 14.151. Next up is Stock Wheeler. We'll get the track blown off, and we'll have Stadium Truck and a couple volunteers to Marshall. Stadium Truck and a couple volunteers to Marshall.
One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. Joe Schuler, Mike Ruth, Tom Series Jr. "30 seconds to the start of the race. Anthony Beckbar. "15 seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5.
Marshalls. We need marshals. Marshalls. We need one more marshal. And one more driver, yeah.
Tom Series. James Collett.
Okay. We've got we got someone flipped. Oh boy. We have all our marshals and we have all our racers, so we will begin in 3, 2. 1 minute in, 4 minutes remaining. We have Mike with a 21.508, Joe with an 19.511, Tom with an 18.509, James with an 18.516, Dad with 17.512, Marshall on the track, and Tom Senior with Tom Junior with a 17.507. Fast lap is currently Mike with a 14.595. Marshall on track. Marshall on track. 2 minutes in, 3 minutes remaining. We have Mike with the 21.506, James with a 19.513, Tom Jr. with an 18.506, Joe with a 17.508, Dad with a 17.508 also, and Tom with a 15.521. Fast lap is still held by Mike with his 13.869. Minutes remaining. We have Mike with the 21.506, James with the 19.505, Tom Jr. with an 18.513, Joe with an 18.509, Dad with a 17.511, and Tom with a 15.517. Fast lap is currently held by Mike with a 13.869. Marshall on track. Marshall on track, Marshall on track. 1 minute remaining. We have Mike with the 21.507, James with an 18.503, Tom Jr. with a 17.505, Joe with a 17.509, Dad with 17.512, and Tom with a 15.521. Fast lap is still held by Mike with his 13.869.
$45 seconds left. $30 seconds left. $15 seconds left.
And that's the race. Keep going to your name.
Joe Schuler done. Mike Ruth done. Anthony Beckbar done. James Collett done. Tom Series done. All drivers are finished.
Alrighty, good job everyone. Next up is our second heat of stock wheeler. We'll get the track blown off, and our first heat will be up to Marshall. First heat up to Marshall.
Jared Miranda. 1 minute to the start of the race. Ryan Fuson, Chuck Miller, Jeff Lawrence. 45 seconds to the start of the race. Thirty seconds to the start of the race. Tyler Tweedy. 15 seconds to the start of the race.
Alrighty, got our marshals, we got our racers. We will begin in
Less than 5.
3, 2. One minute in, 4 minutes remaining. We have Jared with a 21.510, Jeff with a 25.05, Ryan with a 19.5, Chuck with a 19.507, and Tyler with an 18.515. Fast lap is currently held by Jared with a 14.467. Two minutes in, 3 minutes remaining. We have Jared with a 21.506, Chuck with a 19.5, Jeff with a 19.503, Ryan with a 19.504, and Tyler with an 18.508. Fast lap is currently held by Jared with his 14.039. Two minutes remaining. We have Jared with a 21.505, Chuck with a 19.5, Jeff with a 19.505, Ryan with a 19.515, and Tyler with a 16.508. Fast lap is still held by Jared, which with a new lap that he just got of a 14.025. 1 minute remaining. We have Jared with a 21.503, Chuck with a 19.501, Jeff with a 19.509, Ryan with a 19.511, and Tyler with a 16.503. Fast lap is still held by Jared with his 14.025.
45 seconds left. Thirty seconds left. Fifteen seconds left.
That's the race. Keep going to your name.
Chuck Miller done. Ryan Fusen done. Jeff Lawrence done. All drivers are finished.
Alrighty, good
Tweedy
job,
done.
everyone. We'll get the
The
track
race is
blown
completed.
off. Next up is Mini Truggy. We'll have Stock Wheeler to Marshall. Stock Wheeler to Marshall. Mini Truggy is up next.
One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. Mike Ruth, Baby Ruth, Brian Thomas, Richard Metz. 30 seconds to the start of the race. Joe Schuler. "15 seconds to the start of the
Okay,
race.
we've got our marshals, we've got our racers. Our racers have fallen over. We will begin
than 5.
in 3. What? Okay, we'll give a minute. We okay? Okay. Okay, now we will begin in 3, 2. 1 minute in, 4 minutes remaining. We have Mike with a 19.5, Joe with a 19.506, Taylor with a 19.513, Richard with an 18.513, Brian with 16.505. Fast lap is currently held by Mike with a 13.965. Halfway there, 2 minutes and 30 seconds in, 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. We have Mike with a 19.508, Taylor with a 19.513, Richard with 17.510, and Brian with 16.504. Fast lap is still held by Mike with his 13.965. 1 minute remaining. We have Mike with a 19.506, Taylor with a 19.507, Rich with an 18.515, and Brian with 17.509. Mike currently holds the fast lap of the race with his 13.965.
"45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds left.
That's the race. Keep going to your name.
Mike Ruth done. Ryan Thomas done. Baby Ruth done.
Yep.
All drivers are finished.
Good job, everyone.
Richard Metz
we'll
done.
get the track blown off.
The
It's
race
going
is
to be Mini
completed.
Truggy to Marshall. Next up is our first heat of Pro 4. Mini Truggy to Marshall. Next heat is Pro 4.
1 minute to the start of the race. Trip Moeller. The Godfather. Hawkeye. Steve Thomas. 45 seconds to the start of the race. Brandon Winchester. "30 seconds to the start of the race.
We need one more marshal. One more marshal.
"15 seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5.
Alrighty, got our marshals, got our racers. We will begin in 3, 2. Marshal on track, marshal on track. One minute in, 4 minutes remaining. We have Hawkeye with an 18.505, Brandon with an 18.509, Steve with a 16.5, Steve with a 16.506, Tim with a 16.505, and Trip with a 13.509. Fast lap is currently held by Brandon with a 16.510. Two minutes in, 3 minutes remaining. We have Brandon with an 18.509, Hawkeye with 17.516, Steve with a 16.505, and Tim with a 15.511. Fast lap is currently held by Brandon with a 16.510. Marshal on track, marshal on track. Two minutes remaining. We have Brandon with an 18.508, Hawkeye with a 16.501, Steve with a 16.516, and Tim with a 16.518. Fast lap is held by Brandon with 16.496. 1 minute remaining. We have Brandon with an 18.508, Hawkeye with a 17.513, Tim with a 16.508, and Steve with a 15.505. Fast lap is currently held by Hawkeye with a 16.486.
$45 left. $30 left. $15 left.
That's the race. Keep going to your name.
Steve Thomas done. Brandon Winchester done. The Godfather done. All drivers are finished.
Alright, good job everyone.
race is
We'll get the
completed.
track blown off, and then it's our second heat of Pro 4. This first heat will be up to Marshall. This first heat will be up to Marshall.
One minute to the start of the race. $45 to the start of the race. Mountain Man. Brad Thomas. Brian Thomas. Jeff Lawrence. $30 to the start of the race. $15 to the start of the race. Less than 5.
We need 3 Marshalls. Marshall. We need 2 Marshalls. 2 Marshalls. Marshall. We need 2 Marshalls. Don't hit him. Alrighty, now we have all our marshals and we have all our racers. So we will begin in 3, 2. We got a hook in the tow truck. 1 minute in, 4 minutes remaining. We have Chad with a 19.513, Brad with a 17.505, Brian with a 17.5, and Jeff with a 17.514. Fast lap is currently held by Jeff with a 16.134, which he got just now. Two minutes in, 3 minutes remaining. We have Chad with a 19.508, Brian with an 18.508, Jeff with a 17.505, and Brad with a 17.512. Fast lap is currently held by Chad with a 15.709. Two minutes remaining. We have Chad with a 19.509, Brian with an 18.507, Jeff with a 17.502, and Brad with 17.515. Brian now holds the fast lap of the race of a 15.457. One minute remaining. We have Chad with a 19.508, Brian with a 19.516, Jeff with an 18.507, and Brad with 17.513. Fast lap is now held by Jeff with a 15.035.
45 seconds left. Thirty seconds left. Fifteen seconds left.
That's the race. Keep going to your name.
Jeff Lawrence done. Brad Thomas done. All drivers are finished.
Alrighty, good job everyone. That was the last
completed.
one for our qualifying two. So we'll get the track blown off, re-wet, and then we'll get the mains going. And once the track is ready, we'll just get right onto the mains.
Tyler Tweedy. Jared Miranda. 1 minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race.
I don't see Tom Jr. Is he going to make this one? He went home.
15
Okay.
seconds to the start
Grid him
of
up,
the
guys.
race.
Grid him up. Straightaway's closed. So Junior actually
Less
was
than
our
5.
TQ, or our B main BQ. So Jared's going to take over that one spot. Oh, I got for marshals. I got good coverage. Jared, Tyler, Anthony, and Tom. You do get to start on the other side of the bump. All right, guys. 5 minutes. 2 bumps. That's stock wheeler A main. Marshals ready, racers ready. Here we go on the tone. Miranda around 15-2 to open it. Tweedy on an 18 flat, and he rolls it over in the back corner. There's Beckvar on a 21-3 and Tom on a 23-6 for their first laps. Your leader over that center double. 2 bump spots to that A main, guys. Working down the straightaway. Well, Tom going to be off. Here we go with Miranda back around. So Jared out front. He's got about 6.2 on Tyler. Looks like it's going to be a little more than that now. Here comes Tweedy. 7.9 at the stripe in that 2 spot. Tom's in the 3 and Anthony Beckbar 4. Jared owns that hero lap, 14-3 on lap number 3. Not at all. Not for a surgically repaired front diff, bulkhead, shock tower. Well, I guess he's structure testing for the main, for the A main. There's your leader, guys. The all blue, the Jared Miranda, with the TLR car. Here he comes down the straightaway, right behind Tyler Tweedy on the front stretch. Got about a 14-second lead on the field. Oh, and then Tweedy rolls it over right in front of him. Miranda out front, 2:15 down, 2:45 to go. Miranda clearly out front. He's got almost a 2-lap lead here. There comes Beckvar and Tom. Tweedy in that 2 spot, 25 seconds back. In a bump spot, though, so Tyler's got 13 seconds on Anthony Beckvar. So he's actually getting ready to lap Anthony here, and that will be it right there. So those 2 guys, short of any breakage, got it locked down right now. Heads up down the front straightaway. That's not what Jared needs, a head-on crash at this point. Two to go. Little help for Tweedy. So he's got 21 seconds on Tom. Tom's in that 3 spot. Here comes Jared back around again. Oh, he just drops it to a 14-1. That was back on lap 6. I just noticed that. So his hero lap, a 14-1 on lap 6. (14.2) that lap. So not taking his foot off the throttle. Still driving that car hard through the wagon wheel. Here he comes down the front stretch. That's your leader, guys. 14.9 that lap. I don't know what his qualifying time was, but he's on a 21.508. I don't even know where that would put him in the overall if that was a qualifier instead of a B main. (45) second place, I just heard him say.
45 seconds left.
On a car that's been repaired with zip ties. 14.5 that lap. 30 seconds to go, just over.
30 seconds left.
Pro 4B main, you got to be up next. Pro 4B, get them ready. I assume they're probably at the bottom of the ramp getting ready. A little help for Tom, guys. A little help for Tom.
Left.
Oh, that car needs to go the other way. There you go. 10 seconds to go. A little help for your leader. Not going to hurt him any, but other than lap time.
Anthony Beckvar done.
Beckvar done. Miranda and Tweedy going to get the bumps. As soon as they hit the stripe, time has expired.
Tweedy done. Jared Miranda done. All
Waiting on
drivers
Tom
are
to finish it up, and that's a race, guys. So
Also
Miranda
race done.
and Tweedy with the bumps.
The race is completed.
Put them down, come out and marshal, guys. Let's get it covered up. Covered up, covered up. Pro 4B. You guys are up. Pro 4B. Who we got in this one? Brad Thomas, Steve Thomas, Caldwell, and Tripp. Get our marshal coverage, guys. I got
1 minute to
Beckvar.
the start
I
of
got
the race.
Tom. Jeff's finishing up blowing. I got Miranda coming out. Need a couple guys. Let's go. Let's get it covered up.
The Godfather. Brad Thomas. 45 seconds to the start of the race. Steve Thomas. Tripp Moeller.
I got Winchester subbing for somebody. I got Tweedy out.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, guys, grid them up, grid them up. Grid them up. Brad Thomas out
15
front.
seconds to the start of the race.
He is your BQ. Brad Thomas in the 1, Caldwell in the 2, Thomas Steve in the 3, and
Less
Tripp
than 5.
4. 5 minutes, guys. 2 bumps to that A main. I got my marshals and I got my racers. Here we go. Caldwell with the lead down the front straightaway. Brad shuffled back to the 2 spot. Tripp and Steve banging doors over there. Just wait on him, Steve. Just wait on him. Somebody get Steve off the pipe. All right. Caldwell and Brad Thomas out front. That's your 1-2 over the big double. A little help for Brad. Jared there to clean that one up. Still in that 2 spot, Brad. Just got to stay ahead of Trip here. Trip in that 3 spot, and Steve in the 4. Caldwell out front. There's the Godfather down the front straightaway. A little help for Trip. Steve now going to bump up into that 3 spot. There goes your number 2, Brad Thomas. Caldwell holding down the hero lap, a 17.9. Back on lap number 4. Getting ready to put Trip a lap down here. Working inside of Trip, going over the tabletop. That's your leader. There's your 2 down the front straightaway. 5.4 the gap. Back to the 2 spot of Brad Thomas. Then we're another 6.4 back to his father, Steve. Two down, 3 to go. Caldwell out front. Brad, 3.4 back for a heat win here, a main win, a B main win. There goes Trip. He's in that 4 spot. Steve in the 3. Caldwell down the front straightaway with the lead. Brad Thomas working the wagon wheel. In the 2. 4.1 the gap. Caldwell over the big double. Here comes Brad. While Steve and Trip are over there over the tabletop. Nice job, Steve, keeping that on 4 wheels. 2 down, or 2 to go. 3 down, 2 to go, guys. 3 down, 2 to go. Caldwell working to stay outside. Clear, clear. $17.5, stock Buggy A. You guys will be next. Buggy A heads up front straightaway. Caldwell through the wagon wheel with the lead. 1:30 to go. Brad working the front straightaway. 4.5 the gap. One to go. There's your number 2 truck down the front straightaway. 5.7 the gap.
45 seconds
45
left.
seconds to go. You heard the man. Caldwell, Thomas, and Trip. Car needs to go on the other side. Jared saw it.
30 seconds left.
Seconds to go.
15 seconds left.
Little help for Trip. Time's about to expire, fellas. When you hit the stripe, you will be done. Caldwell going to get the win.
The Godfather done.
Trip's going to go 4.
Miller done.
Brad going to go 2 when he hits the stripe. It don't matter if you're on the tires, you'll still go second.
Thomas done.
That's all it takes. As long as the transponder picks up, and Steve's going to go 3. So Caldwell and Brad
Thomas done.
with your bumps.
The race is completed.
Put them down. Come on, Marshall, guys. Put them down. Put them down. 16-5-17. Put them down. Come on, Marshall, guys. Stock Buggy A. You guys are up. Stock Buggy A.
1 minute to the start of the race.
Let's get it covered up. Check him in, check him in. Check him in, check him in.
Chuck Miller. Scott Owen. 45 seconds to the start of the race.
Get him checked
Tom
in.
Series. James Collin.
You're good, Brandon.
Jared Miranda. 30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
Anthony gonna make this one. Okay, I see him putting the body on. Well, little help, little help, little help. Hang on, guys. Hang on. No jump on the big double. No jump, no jump, no jump. You're okay. I just want to make sure nobody gets hurt. Got 2 cars upside down and a marshal on the track. Okay, guys. Carry on. Let's get Beckvar checked. You're fine. I understand. I just want to make sure you're going to be in it, because if we wait
And
2 minutes for you and then you're not going to be in it, then I just wasted 2 minutes. So I just like to make sure you're going to make it. Four. Had to figure out who was talking to me. All right, guys, gird him up. Gird him up, gird him up. Jared out front in the 1. James, 2. Trucker James, Chuck, Scott, Anthony, and Tom. Jared, James. The all-white car. Then it'll be Chuck in the red, white, and blue. Scott in the blue and orange. Anthony, pink and green. Tom, yellow, kind of a burgundy. Okay, 7 minutes, guys. Stock buggy A. I got my marshal coverage. Let's be on your toes. Here we go. Everybody got out clean. Through the wagon wheel. Here we go. Oh, got a 4-car breakaway now. Had a little trouble back there with Tom and Anthony Beckvar. Jared out front. That'll be Trucker James in the 2. Chuck and Scott just the way they started. Here they come through the wagon wheel and down the front straightaway. Little help for Scott. So Chuck gonna hold on to that 3, and he's gonna have a little gap back to Scott now. So that looking like your early podium here early on, just less than a minute in, but Chuck gets around James. So Chuck up into the 2, James shuffled back to 3. Here they come over the big double, working their way to the wagon wheel. Chuck in that 2 spot, he gets it up on the tube, gets it off clean though. Here they come down the straightaway, put the power down. Jared, Chuck, James, Scott, Anthony, and Tom, the current running order. Chuck and James looking like, oh, heck, Beckvar needing a little bit of help. Leaders are coming through, guys. Give them a little bit of room. Give them a little bit of room. James gets around Chuck. I didn't see what happened to Chuck that time. Here they come over the big double. So James back to that 2 spot where he started. Miranda out front, though. Let's not forget about him. He is the all-blue car working the big double by himself. Clear track ahead of him for now. Miranda, James, Chuck, Scott, Anthony, Tom. 145 down, 5:15 to go. Leader, big double. There goes your 2 of James Collett. And your 3 of Chuck Miller, the red, white, and blue. Scott back in this one. Not that far off of those guys right now. 2.2 the gap for a podium. 2, 3, and 4 through the wagon wheel. Scott's favorite feature on the track. Oh, Chuck gets it up on the tube, but he bounces off clean. Beckvar needing a little bit of help in the wagon wheel. Comes Chuck in that 2 spot. Sorry, 3 spot. Scott 4. Then Anthony and Tom and Jared Miranda out front and just now working to the back of the field here. Got a Everybody's a lap car to Jared. Stay inside. Stay a little help for the leader. A little help for the leader. Thank you. Working the wagon wheel now. Here comes your leader down the front stretch. Give him a little bit of room when he gets to you, guys. Wagon wheel. Scott in that 4 spot. No, he moved up to the 3. He got around Chuck. So Scott in the 3 over the big double. That's your last podium spot. Then he gets it on the tube. He's not going to be able to get it off the tube. Trip there to try to clean that up, and he's going to give up a lot of distance to Chuck. Chuck and the leader, though, mixing it up down the front straightaway. 320 down, 340 to go. Miranda out front. Give him a little bit of room, guys. You are not part of his race at this point. You are racing for your own position. Jared is almost 12 seconds up on the field. That's almost a lap. Little help for Scott. Chuck, sorry. I was watching Jared down the front straightaway. Scott over the big double. Chuck working his way off the... Oh, nice job getting out of the way there, Steve. So that looks like James. James is in that 2 spot. Here he comes down the front straightaway. The leader, though, right behind him. So, again, that race right now is for the 3 spot of Scott Uten. Chuck's back 11 seconds, though, after that last incident. So, .240. Down the front straightaway, that's Uten in the 3 spot. 4.9 up on Chuck Miller. Or sorry, 4.9 behind James Collett. There goes James down the front straightaway. Scott's working his way through the wagon wheel, so he's going to lose a little bit of time on this lap. Still 4.9, just a little bit longer, but not much. 2:15 to go. Uten over the big double. James and Chuck, that's 2, 4, and 6 down the front straightaway together. And your leader now with some clear track ahead of him, working his way to the wagon wheel. That is Jared Miranda. Again, TLR rides for Jared. A little help for Chuck. I'll pick it up, Chuck. Don't worry about it. You're going to drop a lap, but I'll fix it when you get the next one. And it looks like it's not going to matter. So Chuck pulling it off now. So that's going to leave the top 3 pretty clean. Here comes Beckvar in the 4. 1:20 to go. Jared Miranda out front. James Collett 22 seconds back. Scott Uten just 3 seconds back of the 2 spot. Thank you, Anthony. That was your 2. Working his way through the wagon wheel now. Here comes 3 through the wagon wheel. Little help for Tom. Little help for Tom. Nice hustle. I like it. There's your leader. Miranda out front. 45 seconds to go.
45 seconds
James
left.
in that 2 spot. Uten 3. 3.8 back of a 2 spot here. James working his way towards that back right-hand corner. Coming to the wagon wheel in that all-white buggy. Here comes Scott through the wagon wheel. Again, his favorite section.
Left.
There's Scott. Now he's 3.2 the gap. 25 seconds to go. 3.2 for a 2 spot on the podium. James down the front straightaway. 15 seconds to go. This will be the last lap. So that's the gap. 10 seconds to go. 2.7. Miranda just hot lapped the field. 13.9 that lap. Time has expired. James is going to go 2. Scott's going to go 3. He made it up to 1.5 as the gap. Miranda going to get the win. Beckvar goes 4. Waiting on Tom and Jared.
Jared Miranda.
Jared goes with the win. Just got to get Tom to finish, guys. One last one. One last one.
All drivers.
That's a race. Jared gets the win. James goes 2. Scott 3.
Race is completed.
Anthony and Tom. Let's get it blowed off. Get it blown off, as Kelsey told me. Jared, James, and Scott. Yeah. Well, I thought you were going to catch him. I thought you had it.
I got a 14 bucks.
14,999. I thought you had a chance. Check him in, check him in.
Tyler Tweedy. 1 minute to the start of the race. Scott Owen. Ryan Fusen. "45 seconds to the start of the race.
I got everybody checked. Yeah. I wasn't getting ready to start it. I'm just making sure everybody was checked, and I usually give everybody, once you're all checked, I usually give you an extra one, but
30
if you need
seconds
more
to
than
the
that because
start
you're
of the
two-wheel
race.
drive, I get it. Oh, I don't know how much more the grip's going to come up. It's pretty grippy.
"15 seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5.
I didn't see it. Which car was it? Yeah. Grid them up, guys. Tweedy, Uten, and Fusion. Tweedy, Uten, and Fusion. I don't know. I didn't do the sort. You did. He maybe. All right, guys. I got my marshals. Right. 7 minutes. Stadium truck, A main. Let's make sure my marshal there's not talking to Uncle Eric. Make sure he's on his stool ready. Yep. Perfect. As long as he's paying attention. Here we go, guys. On the tone. Second lap around. Fusion out front. 15.8 for him. Tweedy goes 15.6. Uten needs a little bit of help. Here they come down the straightaway. There's Tweedy now out front. Fusion in that 2 spot. That all transpired over a little love tap with the wheels there about halfway through that last lap. Through the wagon wheel now. That's your leaders and your 2. Tweedy out front. He just went 15.1. Tweedy, Fusion, and Uten. Here comes Scott in that 3 spot. 5:15 to go. Fusion or Tweedy now trying to give it away. Fusion having some driving errors. He's 4.4 back in that 2 spot. Over the big double in the middle, that was Tyler. Here comes Ryan and Scott in that 3 spot. So Scott was 1.8 back. Let's check the gap when they hit the stripe here. There comes Ryan. He went 14.9. Scott goes 14.9. 1.8 the gap. Again, in that 2 spot, Scott in the 3, looking to move up on the podium here. 4.6 lead for Tyler. Ryan in the 2 over the big double. Here's Scott over the big double. Here they come through the wagon wheel. Ryan gets through pretty clean. Scott tries a little bit different line. 1.6 the gap. So Scott closing the gap a little bit. 3 down, 4 to go. Down the front straightaway, 2 and 3, 2.3 the gap. So Fusion's stepping it up a little bit there, or Scott making a mistake. One or the other wasn't hateful. 15.7. Now Scott's caught against the tube. That's going to cost him. 3:30 to go. So halfway. 3:30 down, 3:30 to go. Mini Trucky, we're up next. Mini Truck. You guys don't have to get too excited because I got to get all the way back to the pits and get my stuff set up, plugged in and all that. So you don't have to be too excited about getting up here right away. Tweedy, Fusion, and Newton. Tweedy just hero lapped him 14.6. Fusion went 15 flat. .30 to go. Minutes. Tweedy, Fusion, Uten, 5.2 back to Ryan. Another 17 back to Scott. .130 to go. Little help in the wagon wheel. With a help on the front stretch. Nope, never mind. He got it rolling. Fusion, 7.7 back of the lead here. Tweedy out front. 120 to go. Heads up on the front stretch. Oh, we got it back on the tires. That was Fusion. 5.9 the gap. Tweedy down the front straightaway. That's your leader, 15.3 that lap, less than a minute. Uten in the 3 spot. Here comes Ryan in the 2. 6.3 the gap for a main win here.
45 seconds left.
You heard the man. That looked like a good lap for Tweedy. Oh yeah, 13.9.
30 seconds
It looked like
left.
he hit all of his marks on that one. That's a hero lap. What was that, Jared?
15 seconds left.
Fusion over that big double. 13 seconds to go. Scott's going to get one more. Ryan's going to get one more. Ryan just went hot lap 14.6. Time's about to expire, and even Tyler's going to sneak by for one more. So when you hit the stripe, guys, you're going to be done. So it's going to go Tyler, Ryan.
Ryan Fuson done.
And Scott.
All drivers are finished. Tyler Tweedy done. The race is completed.
That's a race, guys. Put them down, come out and marshal, and we'll need a couple helpers for this mini truck race.
Check, 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 check. All right. Wait for them to finish blowing the track off. We'll get started. I'm going to need 3 volunteer marshals. So anybody. I need help. I need help. Anybody.
Start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race.
Check them in.
Mike Ruth, Brian Thomas, Baby Ruth, Joe Schuler,
Watch the end of the front stretch.
30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race. Richard Metz, less than 5.
Yeah. Oh. Watch out in the horseshoe. Yeah. All right. Let's get them lined up. It's going to be little Mikey Ruth on the 1. Taylor on the 2. Baby Ruth. Uh-oh. Sounds like Joe maybe. All right, we'll give Joe a second to take a look at it. Mike on the 1, Taylor on the 2, Brian on the 3, Richard on the 4, Joe will be 5. Is it fixable? Nope. Okay, he's out. All right. Okay, do I have all my marshals in position? Watch your spot. All right. 7 minutes on the tone. Oh, our leader traction roll into that first 180.
You're all right. Go ahead, Mike. We all know how this is going to end up.
Not who you're racing, right? So that's got Brian out to the, I'm sorry, that's Taylor out front. Running Bart's old paint scheme throws me off. So Taylor out front, Brian in the 2, Mike in the 3, Richard 4, and Mike just got by Brian, so we'll move Mike to the 2 spot, setting sights on Taylor here. Taylor crosses the line there, and Mike crosses the line 3.8 back. Then Brian just 6-7 tenths back. Oh, Mike again, problems in that first 180. Going to give Taylor now 2/3 of a lap here, and back behind Brian. So Brian crossed the line there, 5.7 back. Mike 2.8 back from Brian. That's all happened in the first minute 15. Oh, Taylor having some issues. Tyler trying to get him back going. That's going to drop him back to 3rd. So that puts Brian to the point, Mike the 2, Taylor 3, Richard 4. Tightens up the field. Just 8 seconds between them now last time by. 145 to go, or 145 down, excuse me. Our leader over the skipper crosses the start-finish line. There's 2 spot now, down to 2.066 seconds. Taylor in the 3, just another 2.6 back from there. So Mike just ran his fast lap, 14.6. Taylor has a fast lap of the race, 14.4. Richard had just ran his fast lap, 15.7 that last time by. Here's Mike trying to gets a good inside pass on Brian. There they go over the stadium jump. Brian having a little trouble on the pipes there. So that's going to bring Taylor right up to him. So Mike's going to take over the lead. And Taylor gets by Brian right at just after start-finish line. So now Mike, Taylor, Brian, as they run. Last time it was 3.2 the gap from first to third. Oh, now Mike against the wall back there. So now Mike back to third, but that's tightened up the field. Taylor takes over the lead. Brian jumps inside. Oh, not going to be able to get it back up. He's trying. Put him over in the, there you go. All right, 3:55 to go. That gap out front, just 5 seconds separating top 3 here. Mike to the point now. Taylor having a little trouble on that wagon wheel. Taylor 1.1 back. So mano a mano at the front. Papa on son. Is this called child abuse? I don't know. Oh, Taylor catches a pipe, does a flip down the front stretch. It's in the marbles there at the end, going to give Mike all kinds of room. But if history tells us anything, this is not anywhere close to being over. Mike coming up behind Richard here. Richard giving him all kinds of space. Oh, Taylor lost the ball cup again. Mike now puts a lap on him. I'll drop Taylor all the way to the 4 spot behind Richard. So Taylor gets by Richard for 3. Oh, our leader on his lid. Taylor's going to get his lap back and then some. So last time by, here we go. We'll check it. Mike crossed the line there, 22.5 second lap. We'll see what the gap is to Brian here. That gap now 10 seconds. Then Brian gets it on the brakes and rolls it, getting into turn 1. That's going to let Taylor get by. So Taylor back to the 2 spot, but Mike right behind him, almost a lap ahead. So this is going to be 2 crossing the line here and 1 right behind. Gap 14.1 seconds that time by. We've got 1:45 to go. No, Brian is behind you. That is for position. That is for position. Richard crossing the line in 3, Brian in 4, 6/10 back. So we'll watch that battle. Richard just trying to hit his marks. Brian gets through the wagon wheel a little better than Richard does. That's going to let him back through. But then Brian puts it in the pipe, so Richard gets it right back. 1:10 to go. 1:10 to go. Yep. All right, that gap between 3 and 4, 1.3 seconds. Not anymore. Richard having trouble. Up, help. Hey, guys, anybody.
45 seconds left.
Well, that's about a half of 3/4 of a lap. Help. All right, Mike now on a lap all his own. Brian now up to the 2 spot. Taylor 3.
"15 seconds left.
All right, here comes the tone. When you cross the line, you will be done.
Richard Metz done. Brian Thomas done.
Mike going to take the win, followed by Brian in the 2 spot.
Mike Ruth done.
Taylor going to bring it home 3. Richard 4.
Drivers are finished. Baby Ruth done. The race is
well,
completed.
You're a lap off, yeah. You have only about 7 seconds, 6, 7, well, not even that, 5 seconds. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, I can finish the rest. Put him down. Come on out, Marshall. Up next, our Pro 4A main. It's amazing.
One minute to the start of the race.
All right, check him in, check him in, check him in.
45 seconds to the start of the race. Mountain Man. Brandon Winchester.
Oh, I need help already. I need my marshals from our last race out onto the track. I got a turtle over by the Raw Speed Protect corner.
30 seconds to the start
And I
of the
got a
race.
turtle after the stadium
Hawkeye.
jump. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Whoa, 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 your boat.
Brad Thomas.
All right.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
I need a marshal down here in the bottom left, right up here by me. I need one young man there.
Less than 5.
All right, now I need somebody back in that Raw Speed Protect. Taylor saw the opportunity for a much cushier position and took it. Help, help. I still need a marshal. Marshal, marshal, marshal. I need one back by the Protect Raw Speed sign. Anybody, anybody, anybody. Who did I have in that last race? Last race was Mike, Brian, Taylor, Richard, and Joe. Brian is in this one. All right, thanks, Steve. All right, let's get them lined up. It's going to be Brian Thomas, RTQ, Chad Martin on the 2, Brandon Winchester, B-Win on the 3, Jeff Lawrence 4, Hawkeye on the 5, Caldwell on the 6, and Brad on the 7. This will be a 7-minute race. 7 minutes on the tone. Oh, our leader, traction roll in that first 180, drops himself all the way back to 7th spot here. So the mountain man, Chad Martin, leading him across the stripe here for that first lap. 2 spot gonna be Brandon, B-Win. Like that light blue and orange paint job. That's sharp, sharp, sharp. And then we got J-Law in the 3 spot. Caldwell 4. Brian's worked himself back to the 5 spot. Brad 6. Hawkeye 7. Mountain Man will again working down the front stretch, crossing the start finish line, has 1.9 seconds over Winchester in the 2 spot, but he has a little trouble there on the pipe. Lawrence and Winchester get together. Brandon lets Lawrence back by. Good sportsmanship there. And Lawrence rolls it over, getting into that low tabletop. All right, Winchester crosses the line now. 3 seconds back of Mountain Man. Lawrence 1.4 back in 3. Then we got Caldwell 4, Thomas Brad 5, Brian 6, Hawkeye 7. Our leader's starting to break away a bit now. 3.5 seconds out front. That 2-3 battle, 1.1 seconds. But we got real tight, 4, 5, 6, just a second apart there. All right, now Brian starting to get a little bit of a gap, but Brad and Caldwell, they're our closest race. They are over the stadium jump now. That is for 5 and 6. Brad catches the pipe. Our leader's starting to put laps on the field here. Just got by Hawkeye. Jeff Lawrence has moved up to the 2 spot. Winchester 3. Watch after the stadium jump. Got one. That was Hawkeye, and Brandon just marshaled him. So our leader making the 180 up behind Brad. Brad gives him some space. So now he's got 3.5 seconds over Lawrence in that 2nd spot. Oh, but now a little trouble in the wagon wheel. Mike gets him taken care of, but that's going to put Jeff right up on him now. Cuts that lead down to just 1.1 seconds. Chad back behind Brad. Going to have to get by. Brad lets him through again, and he's going to let Jeff through. So letting the leaders race. Chad gets clean through the wagon wheel this time, but that gap is now down to less than a second. So the leaders over that stadium jump down the middle straight. They're going to be coming up on the back of Caldwell here soon. Chad just ran his fast lap, 15.6. Jeff follows suit with a 15.7. Fast lap for both of them that time by. But Brian does have the fast lap of the race, a 15.067. Caldwell just ran his fast, a 16.7. Hawkeye 16.4. Again, fast laps for both of them. So lap 12-13 was good for a lot of people. Watch out after the stadium jump. Marshall on the track. And Hawkeye lets through. So Chad's starting to get a little bit of a gap back over Jeff. Jeff trouble getting into the wagon wheel. So that's going to make the gap even bigger. It's going to let Winchester get back. Now Brian's moved up to the 2. Winchester 3. That dropped Lawrence all the way back to the 4 spot. So now Brian 2.3 back from Chad with just under 3 minutes to go. Brian 2.5 seconds now. All right, we got Winchester and Lawrence. Oh, Lawrence, nice inside move getting into that right side. Coming up behind Hawkeye. Oh, and then Winchester gets in the back of him, but waits. We're good. But then Lawrence jumps it off the track. So Winchester going to take over that. Well, he's going to stay in that 3 spot. Now Lawrence takes it back. So Lawrence 3 after this lap. Now they got, again, a little problem coming up behind Hawkeye here. Check out our leader now. He's over that backside tabletop. 2 crossing the line now. It is 4.4 seconds the gap with less than 2 to go. Winchester off the track. Didn't see what happened. Looks like the car might be dead. All right, 140 to go. 140 to go. Our leader coming up behind Caldwell. Down the straight, Caldwell gives him some space. Clean, clean, clean. There we go. That gap 7.2 seconds now between Chad and Brian. Then Jeff just another 1.9 back from Brian for that 3 spot, 2-3 battle. 10 Tim is the 4 spot. Brad 5, Hawkeye 6. We got less than a minute. Our leader in the horseshoe over the stadium jump now. And our 2 spot, well, Lawrence has gotten by Brian for the 2.
45
but then Brian
seconds
gets
left.
right back by. They're over the stadium jump now as our leader's crossing the start-finish line. He is building that gap while 2 and 3 duke it out here. 8 seconds behind the lead with just 30 seconds to go. Chad just needs to keep her clean and on the wheels, and it is his race to lose at this point. Lawrence and Brian Thomas through the wagon wheel onto the front stretch here. Lawrence catches the pipe, does a little front
15
tuck.
seconds left.
Coming up behind Caldwell, actually gets into a Marshall. So that's going to all but seal it for Brian. He's going to get that 2 spot here, unless something odd happens. Yep, he's going to get the 2, crossing the line now. Keep going. When you cross the line, you will be done.
Jeff Lawrence done. Hawkeye done.
Chad going to take the win. Brian going to get the 2.
Thomas done.
Jeff is the 3. Caldwell goes 4, Hawkeye 5, and Brad 6. Everybody, well, still waiting on, well, everybody done.
The race is completed.
Up next, our final race of the night, Wheeler A. Wheeler, chicken dealer.
One minute to the start of the race. Mike Ruth, Chuck Miller, Jared Miranda, Ryan Fusen, Tyler Tweedy, Joe Schuler. 45 seconds to the start of the race. James Collett. Jeff Lawrence. 30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, I still need a couple marshals. Marshals.
To the start of the race.
I had 7. I need a bunch of you out here. Watch out on the front stretch. Watch on the front stretch. Got a marshal coming down the front stretch. Watch out. All right. I got marshals. Let's get them lined up. It's going to be Mike on the 1, James on the 2, Chuck on the 3, Ryan 4, Joe 5, Jeff 6, Jared 7, and Tyler 8. I gotta hold on. He needs to tighten up the zip ties. Oh, I remember when I could do that. Oh, I could get up, but the landing would be really bad. It's like the thing I saw the other day, when I was a kid, you'd jump off the back of your tailgate, no big deal. Now I look at that and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's going to hurt for 3 days. Yeah. Sit down. Right. I need to get an escalator off the backside. Trucks are so tall now. All right. Oh, everybody ready? Whether you think you are or not, we're going to go. 7 minutes on the tone as soon as I find this mouse. Here we go. Oh, getting a little bit of carnage over there in that first 180. So we got Mike out front, followed by James. Then we got Ryan. Jared moved all the way up to 4 spot just in that first lap. Then we got Tyler, Jeff. Oh, Tyler problems in that second turn back there. Going to drop him all the way back to the 8th spot. All right, Mike out front, followed by James, followed by Ryan and Jared. Top 4, 2.2 seconds the gap for the top 4. Then we got Joe in the 5, Jeff 6, Chuck 7, Tyler 8. Oh, Jeff and Joe have trouble over that stadium jump. So now Chuck is taking over the 5th spot. Oh, Jared trouble in the front stretch. Go high, go outside on the front stretch. Outside on the front stretch. Outside, outside. Oh, he broke. He broke. Watch the front stretch. Watch the front stretch. Stay high. Oh, watch out behind you. And that was our leader. So now James is going to take over the lead. James is going to take over the lead. Ryan in the 2 spot, just a half second behind. Now Ryan, help, hey. Hawkeye, right there. That was our 2 spot, not anymore. That's going to drop him back behind Lawrence, so 5th now maybe? All right, a lot of stuff happened there. I got to pick up where our leader, Ryan Fusen, pick him up. Where's he at? Down the front stretch, crossing the start-finish line there. Now, Mike in the 2 spot, 2.0 behind. They both just ran their fast laps. Ryan went a 14.5, Mike a 14.3, that being the fast lap of the race overall. James now in the 3rd spot, but 6.6 behind second. Tyler in the 4. Now Chuck's moved up to the 4, Tyler 5, Jeff 6, Joe 7, and looks like Jared's off track. Yep, Jared's off track. And Mike just threw down another fast lap, 14.2. Tyler just went 14.6, Jeff 15.3. Fast laps for everybody there. All right, so pick up our leader. So our leader is going to be Mike crossing the start-finish line now. Pick up second. Where's second place? Trouble in the wagon wheel. So that's actually going to be Collett's going to get by. So now Collett in second, but 9.8 seconds back. Then Fusen just 3/10 back from there. So there they go down that middle stretch. 4th spot is Chuck. He is getting close there. Joe is in the 5. Tyler 6. Jeff 7. So our leader crosses the start-finish line, actually getting ready to put a lap on the 4 spot. And actually now Chuck and Ryan, help. Watch the stadium jump. Watch the stadium jump. Oh, Ryan, trouble. Up. Ryan, back over there. That hurt Ryan. Marshall was getting another car, and he wrecked over behind him. So now that's going to move Joe up to the 3 spot. Chuck 4, Ryan down to the 5, Tyler 6, Jeff 7. James just ran his fast lap, 14.8. He is 10 seconds behind the lead. Mike now through the wagon wheel, crossing that skipper, start-finish line there. James down that middle stretch, that's second place. That's how far they are. These leaders actually closer behind than James is in front. So watch the wagon wheel. So our 3, Chuck, he is through the wagon wheel, crossing the start-finish line now. Joe in 4. Oh, Ryan's moved up to the 4 spot now. Got by Joe. Let's see if you can watch the front stretch. Watch the front stretch. Go inside on the front stretch. Inside, inside. That was our 2 spot. He had enough of a gap over 3. So Chuck now just 4 seconds back. And Joe, actually Ryan's gotten by Joe. So Ryan into the 4, Joe 5. Up. Joe having trouble in that wagon wheel. Our leader a little trouble in turn 1, but got a full lap lead on second place now, so no big deal. James in that 2, 18.7 back. Chuck 3. He's another 9 seconds back from James. Ryan 4, just 1.1 back from Chuck. That's what he's trying to get back up on that podium here. He's got a minute 30 to get that done. So down the front stretch they go. Ryan, it's a little squirrely. Mike's going to get another lap on Ryan here. So Chuck is getting a little bit of a gap over Ryan. Chuck crossing start finish line there. Ryan trouble through the wagon wheel crossing here. 4.1 the gap with a minute 10 to go. So that's your 1, 2, 3, Mike, James, Chuck. Then Ryan 4, Joe 5, Tyler 6, Jeff 7. Closest race right now is between Joe and, now it's between Tyler and Joe. Well, not anymore.
45 seconds left.
Now Ryan, he's got it down to 3.4 off that podium.
30 seconds left.
Joe just 1.5 back there for the 5th spot. 25 seconds to go. Looks like Jeff is pulling off. Up.
15 seconds left.
And there's going to be the last lap. Everybody's on their last lap. Mike's going to take the win easily.
Tyler Tweedy done.
James going to take home the 2.
James Collett done. Ryan Fusen done. Jeff Lawrence done. Joe Schuler done. All drivers are
Chuck
finished.
gets the 3.
Mike Ruth done.
Ryan the 4, Joe 5, Tyler 6, Jeff 7. All right. Hey, Richard, where you at? I was going to show you how to shut this down.